Inside the studio, I'm Stephanie Reddy. You know Sam, you know Steve, and you know 3D. Dennis Scott, we appreciate you. I see you are appropriately dressed in South Beach, as per your usual. Well done. So, Jimmy Butler, the leader of this Miami Heat team, he is having a career high in the assist categories. They're sharing the basketball with the Heat. What is going to be the key for them for the rest of the season?
Well, Steph, talking to Jimmy Butler a few minutes ago, he talked about the culture. Talking to Nunn and all the young guys around his team, they talked about, I don't know what went on with Jimmy in Minnesota. They don't know what went on with Jimmy in Philadelphia. They love the Jimmy Butler they have now here in Miami. And he thinks his team can really surprise people when the playoffs get here. I had a chance to talk to him a few minutes ago. This is what he had to say.
We can be special. As I say all the time, like, a lot of things have to happen in order for us to win the championship, don't get me wrong. But I'm not counting us out. We're steady getting better each and every day, each and every game, each and every practice. But we're definitely capable of it. I mean, we hear it enough every single day that we believe it.
When you see a team like Milwaukee come in the building tonight and they're playing great basketball, what is the first thing you think about to try to slow them down?
Transition. I think Giannis is great at getting out and getting a bucket for himself, or if not, getting it to somebody else. So you got to be locked in on not just him, but everybody else, man. They're a really, really great team on both sides of the ball. And it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough game to win. But if you want to prove that you can do something special, you got to show that you can hoop with the best of them.
3D, great sit down with Jimmy Butler. My question, I'm going to turn the table because I know you can handle it. We're going to go to the Milwaukee Bucks. We know Giannis, we know Middleton, and we know Bledsoe. Who's the fourth guy that's got to be very important for them to be able to get over that hump and win a championship, in your opinion?
I think it's between two guys, Smitty, George Hill, and you throw in Wesley Matthews. If both of those guys can have combined numbers when guys are not shooting the ball well, then you throw in a Pat Connaughton, who played well the other night, getting those offensive rebounds and making shots and playing tough defense. But to your question, Smitty, George Hill and Wesley Matthews, they have to make shots. Because we know Eric Bledsoe, he knows that. Middleton knows as an all-star, and of course Giannis is going to lead the way. But if those two guys can play well, I think now plan B. Because to your question, Smitty, last year Coach Bud couldn't find a plan B. Maybe they can be their plan B this year.
3D, I'm going to go back to the Miami Heat. I've been watching Jimmy Butler the last week or two, and he doesn't seem like himself. One, is he healthy? And two, what does he have to do to keep this team on the uplift? Because the last game I saw him play against Minnesota, he drove to the basket at the end of the game, and he didn't have the lift because D'Angelo Russell blocked the shot. What's going on with Jimmy?
Well, it's funny. I'm going to start with the last part because I asked him that before we sat down. He said after watching the film, he realized when he drives to the basket, the defense will honor him. So now he has to go back to his shooters like he was doing early in the season, sharing the basketball. And secondly, Sam, I asked him, are you 100%? Of course he's going to say yes. Jimmy Butler never complains about being healthy or not. So if he's on the floor, he laces them up, he's ready to play.
Dennis, I want you to talk to me about Bam Adebayo and how important he is to this team.
Steph, Bam is the glue. He is the guy that a lot of people were surprised on how well he's played this season, but not the Miami Heat, because he's been working on his game over the summer and this season, and a deserving all-star. And since the all-star break, even though the Miami Heat have slowed down some, he's been the consistent piece with his double-doubles, with his activity, with his rebounding, and, of course, been able to score in the paint. So they love Bam here. And like I told you, I think a few weeks ago, Steph, they call him Baby Zoe because how hard he works. Steve, you'll love that.
Yes, indeed, 3D. And I'm going to ask you another question going back to Milwaukee. We talked about Giannis and Middleton and Bledsoe, and I want to focus on Chris Middleton. Close to 50, 40, 90. What does he have to do? We know he's a guy that doesn't force offense, but what, in your opinion, what he's bringing right now, what he has to do moving forward, 3D?
Be more aggressive and look for his offense more. Sam, you and I had this conversation last week. Last year, he tried to slow down Kawhi Leonard so much, took his legs away, and he had no offensive firepower. So this year, he has to think about his offense, obviously play good team defense the way the Milwaukee Bucks have played all season long. But let's face it, when Giannis doesn't have it going, Chris Middleton has to be more aggressive on the offensive end.
Boy, you got a heck of a memory.
Hey, man, come on, baby. Come on, baby.
All right, Tubbs, I'm sorry, 3D.
Dennis Scott, ladies and gentlemen, we
I gotta
thank
wipe
you.
his shoulders off. He
Ooh,
clean.
boy.
Hey, let me get my hanky right. Hold on,
Get it right.
Get you right.
Hey,
Always right, Dennis. We appreciate you. We know you're
Sunday,
busy.
go to meeting clothes on.
Have a good call tonight.
All right, guys.
Thanks. All right, gentlemen, this is a big matchup. tonight. You've got two teams that everyone just knows is going to make a big statement. Oh, you're saying
not
no.
a big matchup for Milwaukee.
Not a big matchup.
Oh, it's for Miami.
Well,
I mean, if they're going to get in the conversation, if they really think they got a chance at home, Milwaukee coming off, a back-to-back? So they got to make a statement. Milwaukee Bucks have shown throughout the year they're the best basketball team, hands down. They've been the most consistent team, and they got the best player, hands down. If the Miami Heat want us to take them serious, if Jimmy Butler wants this team to be taken serious, they got to come out tonight and try to put an L on the Milwaukee.
Is that still a question? Are we not taking the Heat seriously?
Well, no, we're ecstatic because I don't know if a lot of us had them in the playoff run.
Exactly.
So I will say, though, since they're here and they're trying to go for it somewhat, if they don't get to the Eastern Conference Final, I don't think it's a negative to the Miami Heat. But just for this game and going further, if you want to be able to be in the league of the Milwaukee Bucks, you have to start Giannis. So go back to what 3D talked about, Bam Adebayo. To me, is where he can take that next level. I love Jimmy. I love Iguodala, but I think they're too small, Sam. Bam Adebayo, I think, is the guy that's going to have to guard Giannis and slow him down.
You got to beat this team on your home floor, coming off a back-to-back. If you really believe you got a chance to be a good team and make some noise in the playoffs, if you can't win at home against the best team on the back-to-back, then you can win some games. You can be a nice story, but you're not going to advance and get deep into the playoffs.
Not there yet.
No.
Bam has to guard him, in my opinion.
Yeah, got to. I agree.
Got to meet him in transition.
And he's got to bring the offense back at him.
Yes.
Well, we will find out shortly, in fact.
Woo, I can't wait for this matchup.
Now, this is a good
Trae
one.
versus Ja.
Trae young point guards, averaging almost 30 points and just over 9
say almost
assists
30?
a game.
30.
Yes.
Almost 30?
Unbelievable.
How many assists?
Almost 10.